since you are getting this club head to respond this way so beautifully, you're not going to match this up with a lot of shaft twist because you already have plenty of squaring force to bring it back. There's a square club face, as opposed to in the first example, my club was this way. There's an open club face. How am I going to fix this? I'm going to add some pronation and supination, that emergency parachute. This will keep me from going way off to the right. But if I'm coming into the ball this way, all of a sudden my hand action will be modified. And what you might call the release, the hand path and the hand action together might be defined as the release of the club head. This way, I've got enough squaring force already in the system because my hand path is working on an arc around me properly. So if I have enough squaring force already, I don't need to add any more by turning the forearms at all. But instead, I'll flap through more neutrally. You could think of this athletically as if you were playing pickleball or tennis, or the best example is racquetball. In racquetball, there is zero advantage, zero trick or advantage to playing a backspin shot or a topspin shot like there is in tennis or pickleball. In racquetball, the wall will take away all of that spin anyway. So in racquetball, you would hit what would be called a flat forehand. Handball would be another good one. You're just throwing the racket through, keeping the racket straight up and down like this. So the ball has neither backspin or topspin. This is a very analogous motion to the wrist action I will be making. I will be flapping, straightening the elbow, and flapping the wrist as though I'm going to slap someone, or as if I'm going to hit a forehand flat in tennis or racquetball. Especially racquetball, because in tennis, you don't really flap your wrist. So racquetball or pickleball is a better example. But I will be flapping the wrist around the corner this way. And so you'll see the club face, instead of coming out looking this way in the first example, kind of twisted down to the ground, it'll come out more this way, club face pointing back at the camera. And this simply just means, like this logo on top of the shaft and this American flag, I've simply taken this through and I've kept label up, all the way from here, all the way to here. Makes it very simple to advance the club by throwing it or flapping it this way, accelerating it with supple quickness, a high peak force or burst of energy that you supply way back here. You initiate. It peaks here, relaxes through here. That is the hand action of a lot of pros nowadays who make their hand path curl around the corner. Your hand path is going to greatly modify what you will have to do with your hand action in order to be successful. You will have to match them up, as you can see. Also, it's good to understand all these hand actions so that you can control the flight of your ball if it's going wrong. So if you are hooking the ball, you'll probably need less of this. If you're slicing, you might need to feel more of this, and certainly more of this. You've got to throw the club head past the hands and possibly turn the forearms over as well. Apply those two forces and you can often get yourself out of any slice. Conversely, any hook probably means the club face is too closed, especially to the path that it's traveling on. So you'll probably want to use less turning of the shaft, feel more like a drop shot or a backspin tennis or racquetball swing with the forearm under and the pinky leading, it might be a feel. Again, this is taking away some of the extra pronation you might be using to hook the ball and flapping free, almost like you're throwing a frisbee, cradling it forehand and flinging a frisbee, just like that. And this way, it can help you reduce some of that unwanted hook spin. All right, so if we have all the forces matching up properly with my hand path, my body, my arms are more or less creating the path of the handle, and I am trying to match up my hand actions and accentuate the speed with the quick whipping action we've described, we can hit the ball hopefully long and straight. And that's a nice straight one. Good distance for the effort, matching up all the right hand forces with the right handle path, understanding what the wrist can do, understanding the different types of grips and the way we're going to hold the club. These are all basics that we should understand. You can use this as a guide to come back and troubleshoot anytime you're having any difficulty in where your ball is going. You can use this for a lot of different things. If you're hitting the ball the wrong shape or the wrong height, you can come back and learn, again, review what you need to do with the wrists in order to help correct that issue. So I'd love to hear your feedback on kind of this in-depth guide on hand action, as of course leave any questions that you might have down there as well. I'm Steve, and of course, if I don't see you in the next video, I hope I see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.